to think about all the things that happened to you. I just want you to think for a second, all the things bad, right, that happened to you in your life. All the things that made you upset, all the things that hurt you, all the things that disappointed you, all the things that let you down. I just want you to think about those things for a moment. And we often ask this question. I know I have in my life plenty of times. Why did this have to happen to me? And I probably asked myself that question more times than I would like to in my life. But I always ask my question, why did this have to happen to me? And I understand, man, there's certain things that will never make sense. There's certain things that are unfair. There's certain things that aren't right that happen to us, right? We all go through different things in our life. Not all things, but I feel like some things have to happen in order for you to appreciate and understand that there's more for your life. Again, not all things, but some things. And as I was running today, that thought came up into my mind, like, why did this have to happen to me? And just to share a quick story, I kind of got lost on the trail today a little bit. And I got lost a bit and I asked myself, why did this have to happen to me? And in me getting lost, I ended up coming to a spot that was beautiful, that was peaceful, that I would have never found if I wouldn't have got lost. And so I want to tell everybody on this live right now, I want to speak to your soul. Sorry if I'm being so passionate right now, but I want to tell you, when you ask yourself, why did this have to happen? It's because of the opposite, so you can appreciate the opposite. So you might be saying, man, why did this person have to do me wrong? So you can really appreciate the people in your life that will do you right. You might say, man, why did I have to experience heartbreak? So you can appreciate the things in your life that give love to your heart and love to your soul. Some of you might be saying, man, like, why do I have to go through this moment? Why do I have to go through being upset? Why do I have to go through being sad? Why do I have to go through the storm? So you can appreciate the sun in your life. If we didn't have the opposite, the positive wouldn't be worth anything to our life. If we didn't have the opposite in our life to show us what we don't want, what we don't need, what we don't need to be a part of, we couldn't appreciate the things in our life that we do need to be a part of. If we didn't see people who aren't loyal to us or things that happen, if we didn't see those things, we wouldn't appreciate the people that truly got our back. And so when things happen to you that are unfair, that you don't understand, that don't make sense, I want you to tell yourself, there's something better coming out of this situation. I immediately want you to program your mindset to seeing the positive that might be opposite of that situation. Maybe you call somebody and say, man, I just appreciate you for being you. I appreciate you for standing by my side when I hit rock bottom. I appreciate you being there at 2 a.m. when I needed somebody to talk to. I appreciate you for giving me that opportunity, because you know what? Maybe that person that just let you down didn't give you that opportunity. Maybe that person that said they would be there for you forever, that you hit up, you can't even get a hold of. Maybe that person that did you back wrong behind you, your back. Maybe that job, right? I want you to immediately call somebody and say, man, I appreciate you. Because oftentimes we appreciate the good things in our life. Oftentimes, we take for granted the good things in our life. Oftentimes we take for granted the great things that happen in our life because we don't realize how beautiful those things are until we go through dark moments in life. You wouldn't appreciate the sun. You wouldn't appreciate the good weather if you wouldn't go through bad weather, if you wouldn't go through storms. So I want you to understand certain things have to happen to grow our appreciation. Certain things have to happen to grow our love for ourselves. Certain things have to happen to push us into another dimension in our life that's more powerful, where we deserve to be. So when you go through something, I want you to have appreciation for it, no matter how hard it may be. Because trust me, I'm preaching to the choir. Because sometimes it's very hard to have appreciation for things that suck. But I know in my life, as I look back, if I wouldn't have had those moments, I wouldn't be able to appreciate these moments. If I wouldn't have had those seasons in my life, I wouldn't be able to appreciate and understand the beauty of the seasons that I'm currently experiencing in my life. So understand the things that are meant to break you, as I always say, really are there to build you if you allow it. The things that are meant to hold you back and let you down are really there to push you forward and grow your life. The things that are meant to, that are trying to shrink you, right? Shrink your mindset, shrink your peace, shrink with everything, are really there to help grow it. Because when you're aware of what you don't want, when you're aware of what you don't need, it automatically makes you aware of what you do want and what you do need in your life. So when you're going through these moments, don't think of it as, man, like, woe is me, man. You know what? It's not fair. Just ask yourself, what is this moment trying to teach me? What's the lesson in this school of life? What is this moment trying to teach me? Maybe I'm taking for granted the good things in my life, the small things in my life. Maybe I'm not understanding, just how special I am. What is this moment trying to teach you? What is this person letting you down trying to teach you? What is this heartbreak trying to teach you? What is this job that's not being fair to you trying to teach you? And when you open your mind up to say, What is this trying to teach me? Instead of being a victim, you become victorious through the moments that are trying to break you. You become victorious through the moments that are trying to hurt you. You become victorious through the moments that are trying to hold you back. You become victorious through the moments that are trying to chain you to the things that's keeping you down in your life. So I want you to ask yourself those things. What are those things trying to teach you? And it's a simple statement, but it's a powerful statement. Because what I believe it does is I leave you today. And thank you guys for tuning in with me during midday. And thank you guys for watching me. Like, I'm dripping sweat on here. So you're probably like, I'm glad you don't smell me through the phone. Even though I think I smell pretty good, decent for just a run. But the thing I want to leave you with is this. In those moments, man, where you feel like it's not fair, where you feel like you're being let down, just tell yourself that this is working for me. Just tell yourself that something's going to come out of here, out of this situation, that's going to better my life. And I know that might seem like some super optimistic, motivational stuff, but that's real, man. Because some of us, we only see what it is. We only see what we perceive that it is. We don't see with our faith what it really could be. So yeah, certain things have to leave your life so better things can enter your life. Yeah, certain times you got to get lost like I did today in order to find something better for your life. Yeah, sometimes you got to go through a hard time, maybe a hard season like COVID, right? In order to bring different appreciations to your life and to your soul as you look around. Because certain things, man, are there to strengthen you, show you, make you aware. And when you become aware of what things are trying to teach you and the lessons that things are trying to teach you, you're able to enjoy life a little bit more. You're able to keep that peace in your soul a little bit more, where you're not getting upset at that person. And I struggle with this, just like you probably, where I get so upset that I'm like, man, why would this person do this to me? Like, everything I gave to them, I helped them out. Why would this person do this to me? Right? Or why would this happen to me, Lord? Like, why? Why did this have to happen to me? Why? And every time I think about why, I ask myself, no, this is trying to teach me something. And if I allow it to, this can work for me and not against me. And so I want you to think about that, man, when you're going through your hard times. And listen, I get it. When you're going through your storm, man, you try it, it still don't make sense. You're like, man, there's no way that this could be for me. No way that this can serve me. No way that this can help me. But I want you to know that you're in control of the meanings that you give to things in your life, right? Don't allow situations to turn you bitter. Don't allow situations to turn you cold. Don't allow situations to kill the love inside your soul. Because when we do that, those things win. And a lot of us, as I leave here today, a lot of us have allowed our soul to be controlled by people that are no longer a part of our life anymore, by events that happened 10 years ago. And we've allowed those things to have so much power over our life. When we ask ourselves the simple question, y'all, and I'm off of here for real, as more people are coming on, it makes me want to stay. When we ask ourselves the simple question, what is this trying to teach me? How is this trying to grow me? How is this trying to strengthen me? What is this for? Maybe it's for my kids. Maybe it's a lesson that I can teach my kids later on. I know there's so many things that happened in my life that didn't make sense until I had kids. Now I'm able to teach them. But when we ask ourselves those questions, we take the power out of the things, people, situations that's trying to make us feel powerless. And we put the power in our own life. When we're able to still smile through hard times and it's a real smile, we put the power into our life. When we're still able to love and support, when we just went through people not supporting us and people not loving us, we put the power into our life. When we're going through storms in our life, it's making life hard and tough. And we still choose to see the sun through those storms. We're putting the power in our life. When we maybe lose a job and they fire us, or we lose a dream or football or sports or basketball, and we say, you know what? This is going to lead me to something better. We're putting the power into our life. And I know we're not going to be 100% consistent at that, because I fail at that often. But, you know, when I don't have that mindset, I'm going to be real and be transparent. I realize that it's keeping peace outside of me. You know, whether it's, you know, people getting joy out of the hurt, or whether it's the world still moving on, right? There's still peace outside of me, but it's killing the peace inside of me. And a lot of us on this live right now, we're so great at keeping the peace externally that we start a war within ourselves. Give your soul what it needs and think internally in what you need and how you need to allow whatever it is to serve you, whatever it is to mold you, whatever it is to grow you, whatever it is to strengthen you. And you have a choice with that. You can decide to say, you know what, this is going to make me love harder, because this is going to make me spend more time with God, because this is going to make me take care of my health more, because this is going to make me value the friends that I have in my life. Because when we change our mindset to that and we focus on the love, we focus on the peace, life becomes less stressful. Life becomes better. Because when we continue to resist against and fight against things that don't serve us, we're putting our energy in a place that doesn't give us energy back, and we're drained. So I wanted to share that with y'all, man. I didn't even plan on coming on live, but it was just strong on my heart, and I know that I had to press live. So hopefully it was for somebody on here. And just me personally, just to tell you guys, man, I'm such in a better place in my life. You guys see me work through this last year. Hopefully you have. Hopefully you got to see me, you know, gain weight. You got to see me go through things. You got to see me go through grief. And I wanted you guys to see that, because I wanted you guys to see me grow through it. You know, sometimes you follow people online, you think, oh man, they got it all figured out, they don't go through anything. Hopefully you never think that about me. Hopefully I'm transparent enough with you that you understand that I struggle daily. You know what I mean? I have my questions daily. That's why I have so much to talk about, because these are questions that I ask myself. Like, why does this have to happen to me? I asked myself so many times that question over this past year. And once I started to change that perspective and say, you know, this had to happen to me because I needed this in my life. Whatever, even if I didn't know what I needed, because I needed this in my life, even though I didn't know what this was, I just trusted that this is what I needed in my life, for a bigger purpose. You know, some things happen that we don't need. Trust me, I get it. I know certain things happen to us that are beyond our control. You know, don't take that out of context. But it allowed me to move into healing with my life. It allowed me to grow into my life, and you know, I'm probably in the best place that I've been at since I started rehab time. To be honest with you, I'm in such a beautiful place where I stopped holding grudges against people who I had every right to hold a grudge against, right? I stopped having expectations. I start, you know, trusting people and seeing people for who they are and loving people for who they are, and not trying to, you know, not trying to change people, you know, because I saw the better in them. You know what I mean? Because that'll leave you disappointed. All you can do is plant seeds. And so when I've learned to just accept, I learned to just love, I've learned to just let go. I've learned to just, be at peace. It really helped my life, because sometimes we want to be so in control that it drives us insane. And so letting go is powerful. But you guys have a beautiful Thursday. Thanks for rocking with me randomly. Thanks for seeing me sweat. Thanks for smelling me through the phone. Thanks for your support, y'all. It means the world to me. You can always text me 817-242-2719 to get daily inspirations. We do have a retreat coming up. It won't be a lot of people, but I have a Protect Your Peace retreat, something I've been working on for years, so I can take you to nature and we can do all these things. So make sure you're part of that text community, because we will release a just a page you can sign up for that. Like I said, it'll be very, very limited, but we'll do multiple, you know, throughout the year. Hopefully that's the plan. So, and also too, good news, I just signed my new book deal. So a new book is coming next year. So I'll be working on that, and you guys can give me ideas. What would you like to see me write on? You know what I mean? What would you like to see? I have 2 ideas in my brain, but I want to continue to serve you guys. And so thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. Check out the Straight Up podcast if you haven't, and I'll talk to you soon. All right. Joanne, let me get in the comments for a minute. Joanne, you the bomb. How do you deal with an ex that seems to be, how do you deal with an ex that seems to be difficult over the kids? It's hard. Control what you can control, Amanda. You know what I mean? You can't control people. You can control how you respond. You can control what you give. You can control what you accept. So don't let that person, I know it's hard. I know it's easier said than done, but understand that person is going through stuff, right? And it doesn't make it better, doesn't make it right, but it brings understanding to your soul. And so I always tell people, man, when I can't control somebody, which you can't control anybody, when I can't change a situation that I have to be a part of, I change my mindset towards the situation, right? I make sure that situation doesn't rob my peace. I make sure that situation doesn't make me a person that I don't need to become. I make sure, you know, in that situation where I would say, I mean, I don't want my kids to see a bitter me. I want my kids to see the best me. So you got to be aware of that and understand that there's certain things you can't change. And as they always say, man, I know it's easier said than done, but you got to give light to the dark. You got to give love to the hate. You got to give peace to the confusion as much as you can. That's a beautiful question. You need the number. It's 817-242. Let me write it in here. 242-27. I answer a few questions before I got to go home. I got a podcast I got to record. Marie said I need this in my life. Cool. How do you let go of that control? You know, it's different for everybody, but for me, I just ask myself that question. Can I control this? And more than likely you can't. And if I can't, I literally pray. I pray to God and say, God, take this out of my hands. God, I submit this to you. God, please stop allowing this to control my soul, the things that are out of my control. And I give this to you, Lord. It's a simple prayer, but it's a powerful prayer that actually my mother has taught me, you know, over the years, just seeing her. And so that's how you let go of it. And you let go by focusing on something that you can control in your life, right? It's a very hard process, but I believe the power of prayer breaks chains, breaks strongholds. So I will come up with a small prayer, a quick prayer that you can immediately go to every time you feel like you're trying to control something that's out of your control, because ultimately you can't change it. So I ask myself, can I change it? Can I control it? No. Okay. I have to let this go. Dear Lord, please break these chains in my life of control. Please, stop giving me the power to think I can control these things. I release that into you. It's yours. Right. And I say amen. And go for it like that. And I know that seems so simple, y'all, but there's not a list of how-tos to really, you know, I feel like dang, that's a big B, to really break that. You know what I mean? I think it's a stronghold. And I really feel like prayer is the answer. I'll take one more question. Let me see before I get off of here, because I got to go. Lakes, cool. Can't wait to hear the podcast. Sweating out the toxins. Yeah, man. I am sweating out the toxins, man. Can y'all see I'm getting slimmer, man? I'm getting back to my weight, man. I feel good, man. I feel good. And it ain't about me getting slimmer, man. I always say, man, let the external be a reflection of the internal. And so for me, you know what I mean? I know where I'm supposed to be at. You know, I'm feeling good on the trails. I'm actually, you know, getting my miles in, feeling good. My body's feeling good, taking care of my body. And that's a whole nother life, man. You know, taking care of your body is everything. You know, I'll talk about that at another time, but, taking care of your body is everything. So I feel good, man. I'm learning to let go. Cool. I'm a blessing. Thank you. So are you. Any more questions? Let's see. What can I do? Listen, what time is your podcast? Amanda, so the podcast is every Wednesday. So I have 113 episodes. So just put in Straight Up by Trent Shelton. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can go on the internet, Google it. Google Play, Apple has it, Spotify. And every Wednesday release a new episode. So we just released one this past Wednesday. It's an interview. Most episodes are just with me. So if you enjoy me just like we are on live, it's pretty much what the podcast is. Just different topics and more in depth sometimes. But yeah, in the website, you can go to trentshelton.com for everything that'll lead you to the merch site, or you can go to shoprehabtime.com. What should we do every day? So Kenny, what should we do every day? That's a good question, bro. I think that answer is individualized. You know, I'm not a person that says these are the things you need to do to make your day, because everything that works for me might not work for you. You know what I mean? So you have to trial and error your life and realize what works for you. So I always ask people, what's the prescription for your best day? So what do you need? Y'all already know one thing that I do, right? I'm out here on the trails pretty much every day. Nature Hills. I have to have that. I have to. Like, it's just a part of my life. When I reflect on my life and I ask myself, you know, I did this. I said, man, when was I the best? Like, I felt mentally, spiritually, physically. And I went back to that time and I evaluated the things that I was doing, the people I was around, the things I was doing, how I was showing up, you know, coming on live. I was doing that more often. So I was like, I need that prescription. In the trails, I need that prescription. So for me, I asked myself 3 questions, right? And it might not work for you, but you got to ask yourself these. Number one, I need to do something that brings me peace, right? Or keeps my peace. So oftentimes me protecting my peace, this is a part of it. I wake up early, I go outside, right? All those things, right? The second thing, I need energy. I make sure that I do the things that give me energy. For me, I love to intermittent fast. This is not advice. Consult with your doctor, trial and error your life. But I feel the most energy when I'm just on water in the morning, right? When I'm just putting certain vitamins in my body, where I'm juicing, right? I'm celery juice, right? Those things give me energy, and also me training, right? Gives me the energy that I need. And then last is connection. I need connection. And so whenever I check off a good day, it usually wraps around, I did those three things very well. And my connection is you guys. Right now, I'm connecting with y'all, connecting with my purpose. And so oftentimes I tell people too, for me, I always say peace is everything. And so what that means to me, I ask myself, Trent, did you have peace on earth? Did you create peace on earth? Meaning that, did I give something good to this world? Did I live in my purpose? Yes, I did. Okay. Trent, did you have peace of mind? Did I, take care of things? Did I do the right things? Did I keep my commitments? etc. Yes, I did. Or no, I didn't. Right. And it reflects. And then last thing is did I have peace in soul? Did I do the things that my soul needed for that day? Did I take a break? Did I rest? Did I take a nap? Did I disconnect? Did I connect? Right? I listen to my soul. And when I do those things and I take care of the internal, because so many of us, we think, here I go on this whole nother tangent. I really got to go home. So many of us, we think that it's a joke. People always say, Trent, I know you say you're about to be done. You're going to say that 3 more times. So many of us, we think that we need something external. And sometimes we do, right? But what we need is internal. We search externally to find ourselves. I just talked about this on Instagram stories. We search externally to find ourselves when that's an internal job. And so I'm less looking out to find what I need and give my life every single day. So those are things that I give myself, right? And those are simple things that I can control, right? Everything else, I can't control. I don't say, oh,